Isoplam monolithic concrete floorings are created to meet the resistance and durability required in the industrial field. The possibility to choose different colors allows to have a functional and at the same time an aesthetically pleasing floor. The Pavilux Isoplam floor is ideal for squares, logistics centers, warehouses, parking lots, shopping centers, industrial and functional centers, sports facilities, harbors, and airports. The surface on which the Isoplam floor will be made must be compacted and as planar as possible to avoid differences in thickness in the following concrete casting. Level up and position the manhole covers without edges of bonding cement to limit the formation of cracks on the surface. Apply the partially adhesive expanded polyethylene insulating strip to separate walls and sidewalks in order to make the movement of the flooring independent. Apply Isoplam's nylon sheet as a vapor barrier to prevent moisture from rising from the ground below. Above, place the non-woven fabric, draining geotextile, with the function of a mat for absorbing excess water from the concrete. Position the iron spacers at a distance of 1 meter from each other to keep the welded mesh lifted to the correct height, previously defined with laser level. Lay the electro-welded net topped of one mesh from 10 to 15%, essential to contain surface cracks. In correspondence with manhole covers or columns, provide an armor reinforcement with a double 45-degree net at the corners. If needed, depending on the season, the concrete must be reinforced with cold PAV, cement accelerator, or hot PAV, cement retarder. It is possible to replace the welded wire mesh with structural fibers to counteract surface cracks. Use polypropylene plum fiber Isoplam to avoid micro cracks. In the event that there is an existing pavement adjacent to the cast, iron bars must be inserted in order to counteract the vertical movements of the future concrete plate. To guarantee a Pavilux industrial flooring, the quality, consistency, and formulation of the concrete are essential, as per the technical sheets in the Isoplam specifications. Lay and level the concrete, taking care to respect the established slopes. Use the vibrating screed to level it out, to reduce the presence of air bubbles in the concrete, and to raise the grout necessary to incorporate the Pavilux hardener to the surface. Care for the edges and corners of the flooring with the special Isoplam floats and groovers. As soon as the surface is walkable, pass the surface with a power trowel machine with a galvanized disc or float power trowel blades. Then apply the colored hardener Pavilux, about 4 to 6 kilograms per square meter, using the Isoplam powder spreader, essential to apply the correct amount of product. Compact the colored hardener with a power trowel machine with a galvanized disc or with float shoes. Repeat the operation a second time. Finish edges and corners by hand with professional Isoplam tools. Once all the Pavilux hardener is incorporated, it is essential to close the pores of the surface by passing and reviewing the power trowel machine with the flat and finishing blades. Once the process is finished, especially in the hottest season, the application of an anti-evaporation agent, anti-evaporante, will be necessary to avoid rapid surface drying and the formation of microcavities. The concrete surface is subjected to retraction and expansion movements. Therefore, it requires the formation of control joints, which will have to be correctly sized in order to minimize the risk of cracks. To obtain a precise cutting line, use the Isoplam chalk line, a colored oxide marker. Carry out the cutting operation within 24 hours from the concrete casting with a wet or dry joint cutting machine. Seal the cuts with special black or colored neoprene sheath applied with a trolley or roller laying manual sheath to prevent water and other materials from stagnating. After at least 48 hours, wash the surface with Plum Super Cleaner, diluted in water and sprayed on the floor. Massage with a high-speed single-disc machine with a red sponge or single-brush disc. Rinse the floor thoroughly with a pressure washer and remove excess water with squeegees or Isoplam vacuum cleaners. When the floor is completely dry, apply 2 coats of protective Plum Sealing O, adding anti-slip powder in case you want to make the surface non-slip. Plum Sealing O Isoplam is a special resin that seals the porosity of the surface, making it water repellent and stain resistant. We recommend you to contact the Isoplam Technical Office to evaluate the protections suitable for the intended use of the flooring. Isoplam's Pavilux floor must be made to perfection and requires a professional qualification before being applied. This is why we train and update our applicators through the Concreativity workshops. Contact us for more information.